Welcome to the patio.
I saw a man rob a bank when I was 10. No, I didn't see the wrong kind of wish that I was in. I grew up, thought was living in my head. Figured the life that I was living, I'd be better off dead. I watched the winner.
Hey guys, welcome to the patio. It's T, and we got a damn good show for y'all tonight.
Damn good show.
Yeah, if y'all don't know who that's from the Hodge twins, the conservative twins. Look, I got a question for you though. Let's ask Marty this question first.
Oh,
All right, Marty.
on the spot.
Let me find it. Yeah, I got a question for you. Marty, are you a Florida man?
I like going on vacation in Florida.
But are you a Florida man? You don't even know what that means,
I
do
thought
you?
Marty had on a Snuggie.
How are you doing tonight, Marty?
I'm doing good. Just check us out this weekend at
Esperanza Bonanza. We'll probably be live a few times. Ain't no telling what you might see.
Crazy.
Gary, are you a Florida man?
I don't know what that means. Does that I like gator boots?
I don't. I'll tell you about it in a few minutes.
Okay.
Are you a Florida
I guess I don't know. Don't know.
I think
that
you
ain't
could
the only
be.
one.
But I'm doing well though.
DW, how are you this evening? Looking all crooked over there.
Doing well. How are you?
Oh, he got a duck
I
dog.
got my
Got the
duck
duck dog cup.
Mafia cup. This is
That's
the
a
one
that's a good looking cup right there.
the one he
looking cup.
sent me. I bought some hats from him. He threw this in
That's
on the
sweet.
house.
I only see half of it. Must be
Yeah.
camouflage.
Nice. It is. Very chemi.
How's it hold?
Father Fortenberry, are you a Florida man? You know, Hogs play Florida, I think, this weekend.
do.
right? Yeah,
Look, despite the Florida man being one of the most dangerous creatures on the planet,
That's about right.
I am not a Florida man.
okay. I think you're probably closer to one you think it is, but we'll get into that in a minute. Look, got some stories to talk about. Let's jump right into some news. Got some funny stories for y'all tonight. This news just came out a few minutes ago. This is from Timcast, our buddies over at Timcast. Shout out Tim Pool. Hezbollah sleeper cell, Unit 910. Doesn't that sound exciting? Is in America waiting for the signal from Iran to launch surprise attacks.
Well, I'm glad we started with a funny story. That's a good one.
Now we're going to end on a funny story. FBI special agent told court sleepers lead ostensibly normal lives but could be activated and tasked with conducting operations. Anybody surprised by that?
No, not at all. I think we have 800 bases across the world. I mean,
I think it'll pop off in on the East Coast as well. I think that's where it's gonna. That's where most of these immigrants seem to be headed to. They're in California. which
well,
is- that's
I mean,
opposite, but-
that's fine.
Well, I would go. I mean, that map I sent you a while back. You can see where the
With the least amount of guns?
Least amount of guns are in the northeast and east.
What if they go in and they roll up there like Compton or somewhere and they start all this stuff there and like
They've
New
done
York's
their
in the
research.
slum.
They're smarter than that.
They're smarter
And
than
all
that.
of a sudden these gangsters are like, you know what? We got free reign. Like we can go get these guys and they're not going to say a word about it. And these gangbangers just go get them. How awesome would that be?
You're right. That would
That's
actually
about how all zombie movies take off. So
Yeah.
the zombies attack,
That'd
and
be-
then
would
the
that be-
thugs all of a
would
sudden
that be
start
Black Dawn?
blasting.
No, so like now you're the Clips. You're the Crips, Bloods,
The
and the
Clips.
GDs. I almost said something else by accident. You coming out in the streets and you take out all the terrorists. You're the GDs. You
I'm telling
gotta
you,
get
that- that
notoriety, right?
that
Yeah.
movie would be called Black Dawn.
Dong.
Don.
Dawn.
I heard it
Red
the
Dawn.
first
I
time.
heard
But you
that.
didn't say
I think the
nothing.
first time.
I need responses here.
Oh.
It's a funny joke.
But no, I wonder how they got here.
Oh, I thought
what's
it was
that?
true.
How did these
Marshmallow.
immigrants get here?
We let them
They came to
across
the,
our
the,
own
nor- the
borders.
northern border.
They probably flew here.
What's that?
They probably came in via airplane, landed in Florida on the Florida coast, and decided they didn't want to stay there anymore. And now they've made their way throughout. But look, our border is allowing anybody and everybody over.
They got to Florida. They called back over there and said, "Man, this ain't the spot. I'm telling y'all, this ain't the spot. Start this stuff."
No, I mean, I would imagine if you're going to start, it'd be
It's gonna be a big city.
Oregon,
It'll be
Washington.
big. It'll be huge.
It's gonna be a big city.
It'll be huge cities.
Yeah. I hope it doesn't happen, but that if I had to guess,
I promise
That's
you,
gonna
we're
happen.
going to end on funny stories.
All
But
right, cool.
we got another sad story. U.S. infant death rate rose by 3% in 2022. And the strange thing is, it was primarily in male infants. Nearly 6 out of every 1,000 infants born in the United States last year died before their first birthday, according to a new report published on November 1st today. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention data indicates that infant mortality increased 3% between 2021 and 2022.
I wonder if they are looking into vaccination in the mothers.
I don't know.
Unknown caller.
they heard you talking about them.
Oh, look at that.
That's Joe Biden, probably.
It's Joe, Uncle Joe. But you know, that's the first thing come to my mind. What's different? Because we have supposedly the best healthcare system in the world, right? But our infant mortality is actually online.
Do we?
Oh, I think so. People don't have access to the things we have access to here.
Now, Terry's right because people travel here to get
Yeah, they do.
procedures done.
It may be expensive, but we have good health.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
your quality's better here.
But humanity's been given birth since the beginning of time. So whether it be America or Europe or Africa or whatever, I'm sure by this time they've all got it mostly figured out.
Stinking number out. So Native American, Indian, and
I mean, you can do it
Alaska
at home.
Native, non-Hispanic, the infant mortality rate grew from 7.46 to 9.06%.
Damn, that's a lot.
Did it say what type of
White,
death?
non-Hispanic, 4.36 to 4.52.
Let's backtrack on this. What is a white non-Hispanic?
A white person, regular white person.
You know,
Why do you have to throw non-Hispanic in there? I'm
Because
confused.
you got to click the non-Hispanic. You have no.
they want to make sure Hispanic people don't inadvertently come across as white devils.
because they identify as white.
Is there a white?
But you're
Is
Hispanic.
there's a white Hispanic?
It gets confusing. It's stupid.
Male infants in particular had higher rates to death in the years before, with an increase from 5.83 to 6.06 for every 1,000 births. There is a slight but not statistically significant increase in female infant mortality. But I think the women already outnumber the men, right?
I believe they do. Yeah.
Still a very small increase in a lot of those numbers, though.
That's still a big number. I mean, 6% is
So
a
you're
lot.
Out of
Look,
1,000.
I would venture. Is that U.S. or worldwide?
That's U.S. Those are only U.S. numbers.
So you know, I would.
6 in 1,000 babies die essentially before they.
No,
turn
that was
one.
the increase. 6%
Males.
is 6 out of 100.
Oh, 6. Okay, so it's
The
I thought
increase
you
was
said
6.
out of 1,000.
It was.
So
The
it would
increase
be-
was 6 out of 1,000
What would 6%
of
be?
man. Of
6%.
That's a
what?
lot. That's kind of high. Even if it's 1,000 people, that's 6%. Still quite a few.
That's 6 out of 100.
That'd be 60.
Yeah,
Actually, there's
Yeah.
the percent. I'm wrong. It was 6 out of 1,000. You're right, Donnie. The
Okay.
percent.
Okay,
But
well.
still, 6 out of 1,000 is quite a few. I think
I don't.
it's 0.5% or 3%. 3. Yeah, is that right? 6 divided by 1,000. No,
Why don't you calculate
Anyway.
it? No, they ain't that much.
I mean,
it still seems high. It seems high to me.
I don't know. 6 out of 1,000 doesn't seem that terribly high. I mean,
it doesn't seem that high, but
It's 0.6%.
yeah,
0.6, so a little over
0.6.
0.5%.
A little bit 0.5%, but I do find it intriguing that the vaccine does. If you look at the
I think it equates into that statistic.
if you look at the vaccine, it does. If you look at who it affects, who's had the most problems with it, it's been males, and it's been heart issues with males.
but on the same note, though, it's I think it's pretty understood that the black community has gotten vaccinated far less than any other race. So, if it's a vaccine, that wouldn't show an increase in the birth rate or death in babies.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true.
Oh, there are tons of variables.
Or it could
Yeah, that's what. Or it could just be because I mean, look at the world around us.
Or
It's falling
There are
apart.
tons
be
of
global warming.
Well,
There
we
you
don't even know why.
Yep.
They all didn't die from the same
go.
thing.
Microplastics.
Microplastics.
Yeah,
Their tank shrunk so small they died.
I still think microplastics does have an effect. I think it's having issues
I
with
gotta
birth.
tell you,
I do.
I do too. There's something wrong. There's something wrong.
If I had to pick between vaccine and microplastics, I'm gonna pick microplastics.
But the number of vaccines kids have today too is
So
far greater than.
Yeah, I think I
than
saw
we were
where the average kid, like your son, has had 40 something. Well, I'll use my son. He's a little younger. My son has had almost 42 vaccines.
and I think we got 5 or 6.
I think ours was 18.
I think at 75, 6, it's probably we got 5 or 6, something like that.
Yeah, but they had
Such a low
multiple vaccines in one shot.
I'm impressed that you know how many of your kids gotten.
Well, he just knows that because that's the average number.
I haven't got a clue.
Yeah, they've gotten the same.
Yeah, I
Thing-
wouldn't
and
know that
but
either.
see, that's the key. Parents just say, "Well, we got to get them. That's just normal. It's becoming normal."
You gotta have 'em to go to
thing.
school.
You
Well,
gotta
it's
have 'em to
public
go to
school. You have to get.
So-
it.
You have to get them. That's right.
So what we did with our last two was we waited until they forced our hand, and wasn't that we was trying to buck the system.
Just wait until he was old.
We wanted them to be older before they received these shots.
Check out this next story. The especially out west in some more liberal areas, Teachers don't feel like they should have to tell parents things about the children. Arizona School Board held meetings out of town to prevent parents from attending. The state auditor says that the Ganado Unified School District wasted more than $48,000 on unnecessary travel just so they could hide their meetings.
So they had these out of town when nobody could come, but then they paid for it with school district money?
Yeah,
yes,
took like a
that's
vacation,
exactly
basically.
right.
Yeah, they went to a hotel and hung out.
They spent tens of thousands of dollars to hold meetings out of town to avoid scrutiny and prevent parents from being able to attend.
Had to get that happy
They should
hour.
all be fired,
Yes.
terminated. They should be. This is absurd.
They should
Absolutely
be
absurd.
enforced to pay back that expense for those hotel rooms. And
Multiple
whatever that
occasions
was.
they had meetings in other cities.
Sounds like somebody was
I'm
using that as an excuse to go have a good time to me.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
That's what I'd have done with it.
I feel like the meeting should have to take place in the district at least.
And
think at the
people
school.
should be allowed.
Somewhere.
It should be promoted. There should be open forum, and people go, listen. Look, here in ours, you can go, but you can't talk unless you're already on the agenda.
Oh, we got stuff on the wall.
That's kind of creepy. I hope it doesn't say let's play.
Oh.
again.
Okay.
No,
But I do know this. I know around here that like in our local district I live in, they've meetings are open, but they also have closed meetings too.
they would bring staff and teachers to their meeting, principals, assistant principals, but boy, they didn't want parents to come. Man, what?
How can that even be considered a legal meeting? I'm sure
They
somewhere
are
in the
voted. They're voted into office. They serve a constituency.
And then you hide it.
Little more about some vaccines. Pfizer hid nearly 80% of COVID vaccine trial deaths from regulators. New research shows the company knew the vaccine had no clear benefit prior to the company receiving emergency use authorization. Okay, do you see those words? What does that word say? No clear benefit.
Yes. But there's also a caveat to this too.
There is a benefit. They made money.
Yeah, that's a big
No,
benefit.
they made
A
crap
lot of money.
There's a caveat that in the review board, the FDA never asked the question, was there any additional information after the trial stopped either? And I heard a guy say that is a common question they ask before they when they review all medicine.
So the fact that they didn't ask, did 80% of your people die, or 80% of the deaths? Do you have any more deaths to report? If they just asked,
And they apparently they asked that on every medicine,
You know,
except
the-
this one.
The crazy thing is the law works that way. So if you drop the ball on something, what you had could go a completely different way off of a misstep.
So, I think at this point everybody has, maybe not everybody, but the majority of people accept the fact that this was pushed into an emergency status so they could bypass
check
everything.
this shit
Yes.
out. A
No, for
comparison of the number of deaths per week during the 33 weeks of the study found no significant difference between the number of deaths in vaccinated versus placebo groups for the first 20 weeks. But it continues. After week 20, as subjects in the placebo were vaccinated, deaths among the still unvaccinated cohort of this group slowed and plateaued. Vaccinated subjects continued at the same rate, leading the scientists to inconsistencies between the data Pfizer reported and the actual number of deaths reported after vaccine. So basically, not only did it not improve, but theoretically it made you more susceptible to death, is what that's really
Yep.
saying.
Well, and,
That may not be the case for every vaccine.
no,
It
but
could be different for some of the others.
on the clip I saw from the Joe Rogan show, Musk apparently he reached out to Wuhan and asked him, what could you do different? And their response was not do the ventilators.
I've heard that a lot.
80% of people on ventilators died.
Well, yeah, because your body essentially doesn't have to do the work. It essentially starts shutting down. When you get put on a ventilator, is not
Yeah,
good.
There's no
Yeah.
way to get the
Ventilators are meant to be a
Last ditch effort.
well, very temporary.
Yeah.
because it turned into pneumonia, I believe,
Does
and
anybody
then would kill them.
know anyone that went on a ventilator?
I don't.
I don't know of anyone in this area that was really, really sick. Okay, I do. I'm trying to think. Okay, maybe one or two. I know one of my cousin's wife was really ill.
I'm
but
confident I
other
know
than
several people that died from COVID. They were all elderly, and it was never reported.
Yeah.
Like my grandmother died in November of 19.
Yeah.
And I feel pretty confident.
My grandmother also died
Before.
as well
Yeah.
during the COVID. She got COVID. She got hospitalized, but she also had what was it, CPOD or
COPD.
COPD.
Which is
And they tried to get her blood oxygen level up, and ended up her lung essentially collapsed while they're trying to do that, and then she just went downhill after there. So obviously she was probably posted as a COVID death, but that's not really what caused. I mean, it did, but it did.
If you died of a stumped toe,
You were. If you had COVID, you did.
I know 3 people that died that I think probably was because of COVID, but it wasn't real COVID.
Yeah.
Me and T and our whole families were sick that
Yeah.
before COVID became a thing, like all bad.
What are they? There were several people. If you go back and talk to people in the late winter of 19, there was a respiratory virus, what they get called a respiratory virus, going around.
Yeah. I mean, I have one more thing to say about the vaccine. So my biggest issue with the vaccine and why me and probably Jamie didn't take it is because there's no long-term studies with it. A lot of vaccines that are put out and are approved have a lot of long-term studies. And this vaccine may actually extend our lives. We don't know. We don't have the long-term data. I don't know, but I don't want to put that in my body to find out. I just want to try to live more naturally.
My biggest reason was I'm not a sheep.
I thought Jamie was gonna say that's why he doesn't use cocaine.
That was a. There was not, to me. There was not enough information.
But I'm not an anti-vaxxer. If you want to take it, take it. I mean, that's your body. It's your choice.
You know, we say this all the time. You know, I understand a lot of people that took it. I get it.
I get it too.
I wasn't in the situation they were in.
I'm still y'all's friends in here.
Speaking of death, Bob Knight, legendary Indiana basketball coach, dead at 83. He died tonight.
I like Bob
Rest in
Knight.
peace, Bob.
I like Bob Knight too. Yeah,
He definitely couldn't have coached today against all these pans.
Oh,
He got
God.
canceled is what happened to him.
Canceled.
He's
Yeah.
awesome.
One player got him canceled.
I'd have played for Bob Knight.
He was tough. I mean, but that was kind of the way.
He's up here throwing chairs at God right now.
And
No doubt.
didn't Coach Krzyzewski come from Bob Knight too?
Played for him.
Yes.
Lots of
Legendary coach.
coaches came out of that
Coach Krzyzewski.
line, I'm sure.
All right, we're going to get
Yeah.
into a debate now.
Couldn't be a
Okay.
puss and play for Knight.
Before we
No.
get to debate,
Yeah.
I need another beer, and since I got enough to
Yep.
share,
Oh, here he goes. We're going
You got a
to
share pack.
You gotta
I
take
got a
some
share pack.
Oh,
Take one, pass it down.
it's like school. Too bad they didn't pass out beer in school. That'd have been cool.
That would have been cool.
We've probably been a lot,
Squirrel
Hey, you
salad.
didn't
got
get
one?
beer
probably a lot calmer, nicer to our teachers
Oh,
too.
you got 2
Oh, I was
4-packs.
fixing to say
All right,
something about a
what do we
4-pack.
got here, boys? Let me put it on Jamie. Jamie can show it in the camera.
It is Squirrel Sailor,
I can smell it when
a
I.
hazy IPA
It's
from
a small batch project.
our
it says.
local Lost 40 from Little Rock Brewing. Little Rock Lost 40 Brewing.
Now, Gary doesn't like
We
real
should've
beer.
shared,
He likes
Gary.
fake beer. Uh-oh, Marty don't like it.
So Lost 40 has some great food too. If y'all ever
Yes.
They have food?
Oh, dude, their food's
It's
good.
awesome.
I probably like their food. I guarantee it.
I wonder if this squirrel's a seaman. He's a sailor, right?
Oh, that's great.
What?
It's great.
It reminds
Yeah,
me.
It ain't like that Rockhound IPA.
Rockhound.
Boy, that is-
I don't like Rockhound that much.
That's
That's pretty good beer.
That's a light IPA.
basic.
yes,
This
it-
is.
a light IPA.
Yeah, that is a lot of IPA. You know,
I like that.
It's good.
it's got
Ship
juicy
one.
waves in it.
Atlanta brand.
So what we think about this?
It's good beer.
We like it. We like
we
it.
like
It's
It's got a shipload.
a shipload of hoppy goodness.
Yep. And juicy waves.
You gotta drink it.
With
If
a
it's colder.
citrusy haze.
Well, it's been sitting in my truck for a couple hours, and not on ice.
I mean, it's smooth.
That's a good beer.
I mean, I'm not a beer drinker, but it's a smooth beer.
The can's pretty cool.
Dude, I don't know if anybody produces better cans on a consistent basis
Nah,
than
they
Lost
have all-
40.
they have
Who
awesome
does their
cans.
artwork?
I don't know. We need them to do our logos or something, because
They're pretty good.
they got some cool cans. Like,
I really like that.
I'm telling you, man, their food is great at that place.
I mean,
well, we need to load up and go hit brunch there one day.
who had the idea to have a squirrel holding an anchor? I mean, come on, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
He's no
try it
nice.
out, guys. Try Lost 40 Brewing.
Yep, Lost 40
there.
Brewing.
I'll try it again.
All right, let's get into the debate here. So we had this talk.
You ready to
actually,
bait, Gary? We're gonna bait.
off
We're a
air,
bunch of
actually
baiters.
via text,
Biters.
and thought it'd be a good thing to bring up here. So here's the story. Ex-North Dakota lawmaker charged with flying to Prague with intent to rape a minor. So a former longtime North Dakota lawmaker is charged with traveling to Prague with an intent to rape a minor. That's the key, the intent. The ex-Republican state senator Ray Holmberg was arrested on Monday in Grand Forks. According to an arrest warrant, he is also charged with one count of receiving images depicting child sexual abuse. According to indictment filed in federal court in North Dakota, it accuses a 79-year-old of traveling from his home state to the Czech Republic from about June 2011 to November 2016 with intent to rape a person under the age 18.
Okay, 79 years old. He needs to have intent to just get it up.
Poor guy.
So
He
the
got intent just
debate,
to get out of bed.
the debate really wasn't specifically over this
No.
incident. It was more of should a person be charged or be indicted for intent to commit a crime when they were not in. There was no crime committed. Now in this event, I would guess there were some crimes committed.
Yes, there's crimes
That
clearly.
guy definitely broke
But-
multiple.
He went multiple times.
The discussion wasn't about this particular case. It was about overall, is intent punishable?
It was kind of like Minority Report got brought up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's exactly.
So
I compare it to Minority Report.
Because in Minority Report, if people haven't watched it, essentially they had these three oracles. Essentially, could see what people were about to do,
Yes.
and then they would arrest them based on what they were about to do, but they never did it.
Yes, what they were going to do.
So should people be indicted or charged based on intent?
And I mean, nothing's 100%, but for the most part, I'm gonna say no.
From y'all go ahead and debate.
All right, I'm gonna debate. My thing is, you can't just go on intent like someone looking on the computer, but their actions of what they're actually doing. Now, maybe what they're looking on the computer because they could be looking for anything else. But like I was telling Jamie, so a person would go to look up how to kill somebody essentially or hurt somebody, and then they would go to their house, and open up the door, and whatever they looked up on the internet was doing that thing without actually attempting to do it, like having a knife, swinging it around, but don't actually stab the person. They didn't attempt to murder them, but they were swinging a knife around.
Could
and the
you
person
get any
they
more
looked-
complicated? How about this?
Yeah.
How about
Go.
you
Go.
showed up at Jamie's house with a knife behind your back. When he opened the door, you decided not to swing it at him. But then you walk back to the car, and he goes, dang, Gary's got a knife behind his back. He had intended to kill me. So should he then, if he has you on video with that knife, is that attempted murder?
No, that would not be attempted because I didn't try to stab him.
But is that
It
intent to
wouldn't be
commit murder?
attempted murder. It would be some form of
what?
It'd be a lower level assault.
How would
charge.
it-
And
but
I
we
never
weren't talking about the law. We were talking about your point of view, Gary.
My point
that
of
you could be indicted for intent.
I said you could.
Yeah, but today you sound totally different.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, and you're trying to get the law to explain.
No,
the law.
I said that the one where I walked to the door, the knife behind my back, and nothing else was done. That can't be considered intent. But if I was in a computer of like what size knife to kill Jamie with, and go to his door was not behind my back, that's an intent.
Your stance sounds a lot different than it did.
It
No,
sure
No, it
does.
does
Yeah, maybe
not.
it's via text.
It may
it's
be text.
referring
Let me flip
into-
it. What if you come to the door with no intent with a knife behind your back, and Jamie's like, "This dude's got a knife, but what's he holding behind his back?" So he sees
What if you
it,
had flowers?
and then he sees it as like he sees it
They're
as the
poisonous flowers.
reflection of some weird thing he has
Yeah.
in his yard, like a yard gnome holding a mirror, and he sees you have a knife, and then he shoots you.
Whoa.
So is,
Then
is Jamie guilty now, or did he think you were going to stab him?
Well, it's on Jamie's property, so stand your ground law.
Well, he opened the
kill you.
door, so it's like vampire rules.
Yeah, but you never threatened him, right? You just held it.
That's his word
So now
versus
we
the
got-
dead
But
Gary.
This sounds like it'll be
Now we
good.
got-
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
to. There's nothing there. There's no content here.
But yes,
It's messed up.
Yeah, it's
the
messed up.
intent is based on
All right,
actions.
let's move on. Gary's flipped on us.
I did not. Go back and look.
Your text messages sound.
I will read my text messages.
I'm about
Intent
to-
is based on
I'm about
actions.
to edit this episode more than ever between my phone
flip.
call and you flipper.
This will be like
All right.
Terry when we first started.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to
Yeah, I haven't edited in months. I got to edit a phone call and
No,
Gary's
for
point of
3
view.
hours.
The argument was Jamie said you can't charge an intent,
It's over with now.
Yeah.
It's done.
and he flipped. Y'all don't get that?
No, he did say that again. He
I
knew
do-
what point he was taking.
I do think this could strike up some internet conversation
It could.
with other people.
I don't know. I think it was very poorly executed. But anyway,
Jamie agreed that you can be
the
charged
only
with
reason
intent.
it may make it
No,
now.
I still think you'd be charged.
The only
with
reason it may make it now is because we're arguing about it,
Yeah.
so it may stay.
We're
in
arguing
there.
about a stance.
Yes.
Yeah, about a stance.
But I kept saying you can
Gary,
be charged with intent.
Gary, you flipped.
I didn't flip. I said you could be charged with intent
Gary,
on
you're such
everything.
a
Let's ask
flip-flopper,
Marty.
bro.
Marty, did Gary flip?
He's such
Gary
a flip.
flipped.
Y'all ain't making no sense.
All right, I'm moving on. Restaurant in England says they're
Gary.
going to charge extra £40 to adults unable to parent their children. So you bring in kids.
I love it.
So when Fortenberry Nation arrives and his kids are running rampant through the Mexican restaurant, he gets
Jamie
charged with
couldn't
extra
Hey,
40.
Jamie couldn't afford to eat it this long.
Look, my kids know better. They get throat punched. Now they might act bad for a second. But
So hold up. So you know how to parent because you'll probably go to jail for intent to kill your kid.
no, you can't go to jail for intent.
See, Jamie says you can't go to jail for intent.
We're right back where we
No, but Gary
Says you
no,
can
Gary
and you
says
can't.
cannot.
Can and can't.
We go
On both.
That's
Yeah,
like
look,
arguing with your wife.
It depends what you
Gary's
did.
arguing with himself now. He said
We're
you
going
can
in
and
the
can't.
same hole.
You can do
All right,
both.
guys, this is Life from the Patio signing out. We'll try again tomorrow.
No.
Okay.
No, Gary, we got to make sure before we do debates we know what side you're on because
Oh, my
now
gosh.
you're arguing with yourself.
You said it. You're acting like in every situation you
Such
can.
A
It
flip-flopper,
depends.
Gary. Such a
No, every
flip-flopper.
situation is different. I
That's what
agree
I'm
with-
saying.
I
And
agree
Jamie's
with
saying
you.
there's not.
I say you shouldn't.
All right, what about charging adults that can't
I
handle
agree
their
with you
kids?
there.
Thank you, Marty.
Charging adults that can't have their kids?
Yep.
Oh, well, you talking about charging $40?
Yeah,
I thought I like it. I would go to that restaurant.
To what? Charge $40 for what?
Yeah, if somebody, because I saw the article and the owner said it's not my job to parent your kids.
Terry, is this an upscale restaurant? 40 pounds sounds like a lot.
I looked it up. I think it's like $30 or something.
I was about to say I thought a pound
Now
was
this
more than a dollar,
this
but
one
it's zero.
probably applies to Gary more than any of them. A charity shop. I think this is actually Europe, but that's charity shop. Bleh. Charity shop in Swanee asked people not to donate sex toys. Gary, have you ever seen sex toys at the Goodwill?
I haven't.
No, but I've seen them at the Black
I've
Friday
seen 'em-
store.
I have too. Now that you say that.
I've seen them at Crazy Hot Deals. remember?
Crazy Hot
Crazy
Deals.
Hot
One
That-
of
that-
the
I-
first times we went up
That's
there,
why I call it the
Gary.
Black Friday stores. Everybody knows what those are. Everybody call them something different. But yeah, I've seen many of those, and some of them looked used.
Have you ever been on
Terry, I threw
Facebook?
it at you.
Yeah, I remember. You ever been on Facebook though and seen some people actually are selling those type of
What?
toys on Facebook Marketplace? Yeah.
Oh yeah, I also
Do
see
they
their
put
clothes,
Slightly used.
slightly used clothes.
If we ever
Yeah.
become icons, we could sell used ones ourselves.
You know, even on a 50-cent day, I wouldn't buy a used toy.
It's probably only slightly used.
I put on
new
there
in box.
I put on there heavily used.
Look, you know how you go on Amazon and there'll be if like the regular price, you go down a little bit and they'll say slightly used but good as new. That's probably what these are.
Yeah, they're good as new. You just dip them in
We need to look that up.
IPA, you'd be all
I'll
right.
tell you, I would put on there heavily used.
Heavily.
Just need some peroxide
I
and
put on
IPA
there
be
pounded.
sanitized.
It's been pounded.
To death.
All right, Florida man. I asked you this. Are you a Florida man?
So I'm not tough enough to be a Florida man.
All right, there is in let me see the date of this. I think it's in March. I'll get the date in a minute. First ever Florida Man Games will feature beer belly wrestling and evading arrest obstacle course. It ain't the Olympics, but a group of Floridians plan to host competitions themed around the collective antics of the beer-loving gator possessing rap sheet heavy mullet wearing social media phenom known as Florida Man.
man.
Dude, I'm hosting this event in West Memphis.
It's
Kid
planned
you
for
not.
next February in St. Augustine, Florida. According to organizers, are the evading arrest obstacle course where people will jump over fences and through yards while being chased by real police officers. The Category 5 cash grab. In a wind tunnel, they'll be grabbing money as the wind's blowing.
I love this.
And then the self-explanatory beer belly wrestle. I knew this would be right up your alley.
I did say I love Florida.
It is.
This is
I promise
When
you.
is this
You
event?
you must be a Floridian to get in. You have teams. General admission tickets to the event are going for $45. And it's going to have two former American gladiators are going to be the referees for the event.
And there's actual cops there chasing the people
Yes.
too.
So
Yes.
think about this. We use this as an event to raise money for the police department. They bring their cops out, right? We get all the publicity from it. We run it, and you have people come out and win some.
This
kind
could
of money
be Crittenden
prize.
County Man.
Could
Think
be
about it.
Awesome.
Crittenden County Man.
could
We could
be
do almost the
legit,
exact
dude.
same thing.
Critter County, man.
Critter County Man.
You bring your fastest cops. We're gonna bring our fastest runners.
No, we didn't bring our fast runner. We just
We ain't
bring
got no
us.
fast runners.
We just
No,
bring
we're
us.
bringing all the runners.
We're bringing
Yeah.
some thugs. What you talking about? I'm gonna go roll through.
Look, I mean, because I mean, how many times has somebody ran for you shaped like me?
Hey, free entry.
They
you
try.
want
They don't get very far.
$1,000.
Yeah, they trip, pants fall down. I mean, you know, it's
They may have a
I
good
knew,
first
I
three
knew
steps.
Jamie would like that one.
absolutely.
Now I got a really sad story. Did y'all see the story a few weeks ago about a 104-year-old woman who was the oldest lady to jump from a plane. She was going to be in the Guinness Book of Records.
Did she have a parachute on?
Yeah, she did.
Did she?
Okay.
Did she die?
She died, but the bad part is she died before they confirmed her age was the oldest person that jumped from
I
a
feel like
plane.
you should still be able to confirm her age
She was the
somehow.
oldest person that what?
She
To
was still
jump
in
from
there.
an aeroplane.
Yeah, I mean,
Skydive.
yeah. You can still confirm her age, but she won't get the joy of knowing what happened.
How old was she?
I think she enjoyed it
104.
while she was going. She knew.
No, I'm like, why are you jumping out of a plane? I mean, she
guess so.
went.
Listen, if by some divine intervention I ever have another kid, I'll make it be the youngest person.
It's already happened once, Jamie.
That's true. Define intervention.
It'd
1 hour.
be the youngest ever jump out of a plane.
How about this for a story? This
Eyes
is
won't
a
even be open yet.
great name for a pig. A pig named Kevin Bacon
Hmm.
returns home after 17 days on the loose. An escaped Pennsylvania pig named Kevin Bacon's back home after rescue
Kevin
efforts, including a Benadryl-laced sticky bun and a plea for help from the actor
He was footloose.
who shares his name. He was footloose and
Yeah,
fancy.
Ain't that a
free.
Kevin Bacon movie?
Yeah, Footloose.
Yes, it is.
That's like his top movie.
I was gonna say, what's a good Kevin Bacon movie?
Tremors.
Footloose.
All of them.
Like I said, what's a good Kevin Bacon movie?
I like Footloose.
Shadow Man.
I mean, I like Footloose, but is it a good movie though?
He was in everything for a while.
I mean,
Had
I
a
think
g-
it's iconic, right?
No,
It is.
Was
but
it a good movie?
It's a good movie.
Was it a good movie? Was it, or was it a great soundtrack?
Both.
Both? Yeah. I mean, it was a fun movie.
Kenny Loggins took Kevin
It was
Bacon to that
a-
next
It was
level.
a better soundtrack than was a movie.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you,
yes, it
thank
was.
you.
But what's a good Kevin Bacon movie?
You're making me think. I mean, I like Tremors. Tremors was a good movie.
But it wasn't a good movie though. I liked it.
It's iconic movie.
It is iconic. Like I like White Noise.
Yeah, I think I know.
That was a good movie, but it wasn't a really good movie. I mean,
Yeah, I ain't never
Hold
heard
on
of
one second. I'm gonna look up Kevin Bacon. movies.
look up Kevin Bacon movies and let's.
White noise sounds racist.
It was the one where he was hypnotized, and when he came out of hypnosis, he could
I know what you're talking about.
there was a ghost or something.
He could dance like Footloose.
he could
Was that
dance.
Ghost? The movie Ghost? No, he wasn't in Ghost, was he?
Hey, the movie Ghost was good. It was a little weird, but it was good.
Check this one out, and we'll come back to Kevin Bacon the pig. North Dakota woman fatally poisons boyfriend hours after he inherited $30 million.
She didn't waste no time at all, bro.
A North
God.
Dakota woman fatally poisoned her boyfriend, learned about his plans to dump her because he had inherited $30 million.
She may have done it too early.
She clearly did. Yeah.
I think he dumped her too late. is what happened.
Cops say it was due to financial motives. She wasn't getting no money regardless. She wasn't getting no
she
money.
wouldn't get nothing.
No, she said to heck with this dude.
Gary, what do you look? What do you have her search?
All right, I'll
engine?
look up Kevin
It
Bacon
says
movies.
Murder in the First. I don't remember that movie, but I think it's a good movie.
All right.
Diner. Apollo 13.
That was a good
Oh,
movie.
that's a
Apollo
good movie.
13.
He was a supporting actor.
That's a
Yes.
good movie.
The River Wild. The River
was a
Wild
good-
was a good movie.
Was he the crazy guy?
Yeah, he was a bad guy. With the dude that plays in the Ricky Bobby movies. He was with him
Oh
too.
yeah.
Well, what's his name?
Oh no, keep going.
They call him Honcho. Footloose. Mystic River. I don't
Mystic
remember.
River
That was good. That's
yeah.
pretty good.
So far, Apollo 13 has definitely got the lead.
He was in Animal House.
He was,
was
and that's
Animal
like his worst one. They
Oh.
said
Oh, yeah.
Kevin
He
Bacon
was,
was?
JFK.
He was the
he was a
good guy.
ROTC guy.
Yeah, he was the ROTC guy. Yeah.
A Few Good Men.
He was in
He
Friday.
wasn't a few
Yeah.
good men.
Was
yeah.
it?
Friday
He
the
was a-
13th,
he was
the
a lawyer.
original.
Yep.
That's a good movie.
What
too.
was it?
Friday 13th, the original.
He was in the Friday 13th. So him,
No
him,
one knows
and
what Kevin
what's his face
Bacon
was that?
Before that was 4 years before Footloose.
He must have been a
must
scared kid.
Yeah, he,
Tremors. There's Wild Things.
he was in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Taxi Racer.
Wild Things is sort of.
So,
All right, so far, I'm going to say a few good men, then Apollo 13.
Apollo 13.
where
He
would
was in
Kevin?
JFK.
Where would Kevin Bacon be on the top 100 actors?
Out of
Like
it,
way,
like
way.
like
way.
190.
I don't know. He was in a lot of movies.
But no one, you know.
He
Wild
was.
Things.
Wild Things
Yeah,
was
but
okay.
I mean, being a lot of stuff. I was on a lot of diets. I don't mean I'm skinny.
Far from it.
What?
Y'all too much.
You know what? I would almost put. Randy Quaid was in a lot more great movies
Yeah, but he's more
Then-
memorable
than
than Kevin.
than Kevin. I don't know. Kevin Bacon. If you had Randy Quaid,
Randy Quaid was in the best Christmas movie ever.
Who is
Yeah.
Randy Quaid?
Randy Quaid.
Quaid.
Uncle,
Quaid? Who is that?
Yeah, he was.
he's
Uncle Eddie.
Uncle Eddie in all the National Lampoon.
But he was in a lot of movies.
He
He
was
was the
Shitter's
bowler.
Full.
He was the bowler in
The movie
Kingpin.
He was the bowler in Kingpin. He was the drunk dad in Independence Day.
Independence
He
Day, I was
was,
about to
yeah.
say. He had a great role.
he
The
there.
crop duster.
He was a great. Yep, he flew. He saved the world.
He saved the world.
Hey, you know,
Oh, he is so memorable in every.
you know,
character.
He is.
in the book, he dies though. Just so y'all know.
Oh.
I thought he died there too.
I did too. He flew the plane into the.
No, he
alien
shot a
ship,
rocket
didn't
off and came down.
No, he didn't. He
He
went
did?
back
No,
in.
he
No,
went
he
back
went in
in.
there and blew up.
No,
He
he
didn't
And
come back down.
Yippee-ki-yay or something like that.
Yeah, he
flew it
died.
into it.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
sure.
flew it. Yeah, he
I'm
flew
pretty
it
sure.
through the open door like.
He
and
said-
then he blew up the bomb. Yeah.
He said, "I'm back," and
Yeah,
Because
he
remember
said-
they had taken him.
You're
and
right,
he had no
inserted
more
things to
rockets
the
left.
Something happens. There's a difference in the book. I
they
can't remember what it
probed
is.
him.
They didn't
probably-
probe him in the
That's your
book.
problem. You reading the book.
Well, I watched the movie too.
People are like,
What other? I was just saying. What other Randy Quaid movies are there? Because I
Well, let's
like
look
Randy
it up.
Quaid.
Randy
Let's look it
Quaid.
up.
Randy Quaid's in a lot
He's
of good
one of my
movies.
favorite actors. You know, he went crazy too.
Yeah, he did.
He's off the deep end.
the worst thing is Jamie probably reads more books than anybody here.
He does.
Look, I feel bad. I got a book sitting on my dash of my truck right now. I've been meaning to start reading.
In the truck?
What is it? Harry Potter?
No, it's 1984.
Oh,
Because I've
yeah.
never read
All right,
that.
Christmas Vacation, Kingpin, original vacation. He was in all the vacations.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
he was.
Independence Day, The Last Detail. I don't know what that is. Brokeback Mountain. I never watched it.
I
Days
never
of
watched it.
Thunder.
Dude, my
Days of
dad.
Thunder, yeah.
My dad
Home on
watched
the Range.
Brokeback Mountain thinking it was a cowboy movie. That was
It was a cowboy
the
movie.
funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
T. White. Sorry.
It was a cowboy movie.
Elvis movie.
No, he
Bye Bye
started cussing.
Love.
The Elvis
So,
movie?
so Randy,
Caddyshack 2.
Caddyshack 2, yeah.
Oh,
Have you seen Caddyshack?
yeah.
2, not the first
Yeah,
one.
two.
The 2 wasn't as good as the first one.
No.
No.
I don't even
He
First
has
one
a
wasn't
lot.
good, it was
Most
just
of these
funny.
movies I've never heard of.
So let's be honest.
The Siege of Ruby Ridge. He was
He,
in that.
oh, I didn't watch that.
Yeah.
He was in about 4 good movies.
Didn't he have a
But
role
his-
in one of the Ghostbuster movies?
No.
No.
I don't think so.
So he was about 4 good movies that were just such memorable characters, though, that.
Man, the vacation movie.
Uncle Eddie.
original
I mean, Uncle Eddie
that was
is-
my
Look, so
favorite.
Uncle Eddie,
The
the
Independence
drunk
Day.
dad in Independence Day,
No doubt.
and Kingpin are just iconic characters.
Yeah.
But hell, he's the out of 3 Quaids, he's the third best. Well, yeah, he's the last in the row.
Yeah. But he was awesome in Christmas Vacation, and he was awesome in Vegas Vacation.
So there's 3 Quaids, right? Dennis, Randy, and
I only know Dennis and Randy.
You're thinking about the other part.
who's
You're thinking
the
about
dude?
Baldwins.
Who's
Yeah,
who's the dude?
That got a good
That's
shots.
not a Baldwin.
Bridges, that's
That's
just
Bridges.
He's
Bridges.
Bridges, yeah.
The
There's
Baldwins.
several bridges too.
The Baldwins are good shots.
There is.
Yeah.
Because the other Bridges is plays in Dumb and Dumber, right?
That's
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, one of the bridges in Dumb and Dumber.
I have no idea.
Isn't that Jeff?
I'm terrible. when
Not
it
Jeff
comes to
Bridges.
stuff.
It's
Oh, God, what?
Yeah, it's.
But Dennis Quaid was in The Rookie. That's a really good movie.
That's a good movie.
That's a good movie.
Yeah,
he
that is a
throws
good
the
movie.
the ball at the speed.
Yeah,
radar
it flickers and comes
Yeah.
up to 98 or whatever.
That's a good movie. What you got, Tim?
no, that's Jeff Daniels. My bad.
I think
Yeah,
we're
just
done.
so it's
My
I
bad.
think we're done.
Okay.
I think you need to come out and see us at Esperanza
do.
Bonanza.
Yeah, we'll have a good time.
Yeah, and let's have a few parting words here. Let's see if I can find my button. I got to cut out 20 minutes. It'll be a real short episode because Gary couldn't stay to one side.
Oh
of
my
the-
God. We're gonna go back and read these text messages.
All right, Jamie, parting words.
Hey, we have a new channel. What is it?
The Bourbon Roadshow.
Bourbon Roadshow. Check it out.
Check it out. It might be a liquor store in your hood. We do next. DW.
Much respect to Bobby Knight. Give heaven some hell, Bobby Knight.
Marty Ma.
See y'all next time. Check us out at Esperanza.
And Gary, the flipper.
I'm not a flipper, but y'all have a good day now.
Oh, flipper.
And you can be charged with intent.
Argue with yourself if you can't argue with anybody else.
Hey, what's
Like us, love us, hit the like button.
What's Gary's favorite kind of shoe? Flip flop.
Welcome to the patio.